Claire Summers. Welcome to Wales Today. Tonight's headlines. 5 weeks to go until the Senedd election. We speak to people in my stag about what issues matter to them. And King Charles and Queen Camilla attend the annual Maundy service at St Asaph Cathedral. Good evening. It is going to be a Senedd election like no other, with a new voting system, bigger constituencies and more politicians being elected to Cardiff Bay than ever before. But what do you think of it all? Well, we're hitting the road over the coming weeks to get a sense of how it's all going. And with just 5 weeks to go now, our first stop is my stag in the constituency of Afon Ogul Rhondda, from where our political editor, Gareth Lewis, reports.
The hard work is underway. Wales's political parties are getting stuck into the heavy lifting of making the numbers stack up to get as many votes as possible. This gym's 23-year-old owner knows all about the realities of trying to find a house, find a job and run a business.
Obviously, just more support for small businesses would be ideal, especially like young entrepreneurs as well, like myself, just encouraging people to take the leap that I took, take a bit of risk.
The economy, jobs, the cost of living and the future of areas like my stag are also weighing on the minds of some of Brad's members.
I'm a DJ, so I go around like DJ here and there, and it's dead everywhere. Like years ago, there'd be clubs and I would be rammed, and that's not the case anymore. When I go out, really, it's too expensive to go out nowadays.
I feel really sorry for the youngsters now. Lack of jobs. Obviously, as you've been walked through the town today, full of vape shops, it's on the decline. And as for sports facilities, it's like we've forgotten about.
This constituency is part of a red spread of traditionally Labour voting areas across South Wales, albeit Plaid Cymru has previously won in Rhondda. Now, under normal circumstances, Labour might expect to win 3 of the 6 seats. But these are not normal circumstances, and they'd be delighted with 2. Opposition parties think that voters want change, and the polls suggest that it's Plaid Cymru and Reform vying for top spot in May.
At the recently renovated Town Hall and Library, people we spoke to were clear about what should be written into the next set of political priorities as parties canvass for their votes at the election.
What we would really like is for somebody to repair the roads.
Well, we could do with more employment.
More jobs, more hospitality, and, things opening back up.
Freeze the rates, or say for the first 2 years you don't pay rates.
The NHS needs to be the big problem that they sort out more than anything else.
My stag and its wider constituency are among the places to watch on election night. It's in places like these that opposition parties need to break what's almost been a love affair between Labour and plenty of voters. It's in places like these that Labour needs to hold on if it has any chance of staying in power.
Other news tonight, a man has denied murdering a 58-year-old man in Pencoed earlier this year. David Rogers was taken to hospital in a critical condition in February, where he later died. Liam Walters, who is 27, also denied manslaughter and perverting the course of justice. A trial date was set for August. Mr. Walters was remanded in custody. 3 people from Birmingham have been bailed after they were arrested in connection with threats made towards secondary schools in Cardiff. A man and a woman in their 40s and a 12-year-old boy were arrested earlier this week after threats were made to St Illtyds, Llanishen and Eastern high schools. South Wales Police say all 3 have been released on bail. People gathered in Denbighshire today to see King Charles and Queen Camilla attend the Royal Maundy service. It's only the second time the service has been held in Wales in its 800-year history. The King and Queen attended the service at St Asaph Cathedral alongside people from right across the UK in recognition of outstanding Christian service and for helping others in their communities.
Well, it's brilliant, isn't it? I mean, so many people just drive past on the A55 and they never come to our cathedral. And I just think they should. It's a wonderful place. And to be honoured in this way in our own cathedral is just so special.
Welsh Rugby Union has confirmed an extraordinary general meeting will still go ahead after it was announced its chair would step down. The meeting scheduled for the 13th of April was due to consider a vote of no confidence in Richard Collier-Keywood. The Central Glamorgan Rugby Union, who received backing from clubs to call the meeting, had said they now feel there is no need for an EGM. Now, 15 former workers at Tata Steel in Port Talbot are celebrating after their syndicate won £1 million on the lottery. The group have been entering for 7 years. Paul Davey thought it was a hoax when he checked the numbers. He had the job of sharing the great news with the rest of the group.
For me, that's been the best part of the journey. It's telling everybody, phoning everybody up, sending texts, and just sharing that good news. It was quite surreal, really. I don't think it's succinct to actually see the money in your bank account.
Right, there is a storm on the way with the bank holiday forecast. Here's Sue.
Good evening. It's looking mixed and cooler for the Easter weekend with some stormy weather on Saturday night. So tonight we've got strengthening winds, spells of rain pushing in from the west, also a milder night at 5 to 8 Celsius. Now, Good Friday's unsettled, outbreaks of rain, heaviest in the northwest. Drizzle, mist and hill fog should brighten up a little from the west later, but still showery. Highs between 12 Celsius in Gwynedd and 14 in Newport. And with strengthening winds later Saturday, the Met Office have named Storm Dave. A yellow warning across North and West Wales overnight into Sunday, gusts 50 to 70 miles per hour. Some dry spells Saturday, but cloud increasing with showers and longer spells of rain, but those winds pick up later. This deep area of low pressure, Storm Dave, bringing potentially damaging winds, further rain overnight into Sunday. That should clear through. Easter Day itself, blustery, brighter and chillier.
We're back with updates for you in breakfast tomorrow morning, but that is Wales Today from me and all of us here on the Late Team. Thanks for watching. Good night.